Today I want to take some time to review the approximate date started field, which is a field that you encounter on the enrollment screen when first enrolling clients who are heads of households or adults. So the approximate date started field should represent the start date of the client's most recent experience of homelessness. However, when 211 performed data quality monitoring on HMIS data, we found many filler dates in this field, such as 1/1/1900, which seemed to have just been entered to ensure a non-blank field, and many suspiciously early approximate date started values, such as 1/1/1980. So since this field is used to calculate performance metrics, it's very important that we have accurate data for this field in HMIS. Approximations for this field are acceptable. So you may not know the exact date, but you can use an approximate date. However, you should never enter filler values. And very early approximate date started values may also be incorrect, since this field represents the most recent date and would start over if a client has a break in homelessness. So according to HUD, a client has a break if they spend 7 or more days in a permanent housing or transitional housing situation, or 90 or more days in an institutional situation. Because of this start over aspect of the approximate date started field, a very early approximate date started date may be incorrect. So how can you determine a more accurate approximation for approximate date started? HUD provides this guidance. So you would have your client look back at the date of the last time that they had a place to sleep that was not the streets, an emergency shelter, or a safe haven. And the day a client's homeless situation began may precede a period of moving back and forth between streets, emergency shelters, or safe havens. So maybe they moved between these different places that are considered literally homeless situations. And as long as it's continuous, then the first time they became homeless would be their approximate date started date. However, if they have breaks in between this continuous movement between these literally homeless situations, the approximate date started should be after those breaks. You can also help your client by looking at the history tab within HMIS to see if there are any records of permanent housing or transitional housing breaks. So again, that's if the client was in a permanent housing or transitional housing situation for 7 or more days. So I wanted to show an example of how this might look. So I have 2 cases here on the top and the bottom. So in both of these cases, the client first experienced homelessness on the 1st of January in 1980. And in the top case, the client has a break in 1995 until the 1st of January in 2019. And then they experience homelessness again. So let's say this was an institutional break. Since the client was in the institution for more than 90 days, this counts as a break. Therefore, when you're entering their approximate date started date, when you're entering them in your project, you're not going to be entering 1/1/980. You will enter 1/1/2019, so the date after the break. In the second case, the client was in institution from the 1st of November until the 1st in 2018 until the 1st of January 2019. So if they were in the institution during this period, it's only 61 days, which is less than what constitutes a break according to HUD. So since they did not have a break, the start date for the continuous period of experiencing homelessness is 1/1/1980. So for the top case, you would have approximate date started 1/1/2019, and in the second case, you would have approximate date started 1/1/1980. So this is an easy example since there's only one break, but there may be many breaks. I hope that this just portrays that whenever there is a break, the approximate date started should start over. And we hope this review will aid you when you come across this field again on the enrollment screen or having trouble collecting an accurate value.